Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Gary Stroud. Glad to have you in this class. This is your last one, and we're going to go through it together. This is a great course, and it's going to ask you to do one of two things. One, you're either going to do a project, or two, you're going to do a paper. And I'm going to talk about both of those. First off, the project. The project is one that you can implement in your company. Okay, now you could say, well, Dr. Stroud, I don't work for a company right now. Okay, I get that. Then you might be thinking about a paper. That would work better, because what I'm looking for in this project is something substantial, something that's needed, or something that you think might be needed in the organization that you work for, or you just work for, I guess. But you know, I wanted something that when you finish it up, you can say, I could do this in my company, and they would really like this, or they could get some value out of it. And I'll give you a couple of examples of projects that have been done in the past with me. But a project is just that. It is a project and something that you can use. Now, what are the examples? One, I had a student that wanted to do a performance review system, and she wanted to do it for the hourly employees that she worked with. She talked to her supervisor. The supervisor said, yep, it's about time that we revamp the system. And so she went to work, and that was her project. And it just coincidentally fell within this course parameter. So what she turned into me was the performance review itself, the document that the employee would fill out on themselves, the performance review document that the supervisor would fill out for the employee, the training materials that she would use when she implemented the system with both the supervisor and the employees. It was very comprehensive, because she had several types of employees within her group. It was a good project. Here's another example. I had a student that works for a company there in Columbus, and she wanted to come up with a pay scale for her hourly workers. They were not unionized, and she learned through this program, you know, what pay scales are and how you might develop them and that kind of thing, and she wanted to do that for her company. So, you know, together, we talked about what she needed to do and what it would look like, and here's what she turned in. She turned in surveys that she would use to get that data, and in fact, she did the survey while we were in class during that 6-week period. 2, she came out with a salary band and how each of those employees would fit in that band. Now, that's a lot of work. She had to take each job and grade it, and how she would pay it, and get the company's approval on the type or where they wanted to fall within that band. It was a lot of work, and she did it. And she finished that project while she was in the course. Like I said, she did the surveys there, and so when she got those back, we stayed in touch, and she actually implemented that about, I guess 2 months later. But it was an extensive project. Where she needed job descriptions, she had to write them. So it was a good project. So I don't want to limit you to those things. You know, you can do a project on anything in human resources that you think might be needed in your organization. I'm looking for documents. I'm looking for the real thing. I have to tell you that I've had students snail mail me the actual training manual that they put together. Very effective. Very effective. Okay, so that's a project, and if you have any questions on that or this paper that I'm going to talk about, let me know. Paper's 30 pages long, at least 30 pages long, and here's what I want. I want a lit review. I want you to tell me first what the first week you're going to say, Dr. Stroud, this is what I'm going to write about, and this is the kind of material that's out there. This is where I think that it might be needed or might be useful, and so then you would go start your lit review. And what does that mean? You'd look in the library and you'd find all the things that pertain to your topic. Let's just say you're doing performance review or performance management. you would find all the material on performance management. Now, you could not possibly in 6 weeks or 6 months even go through all that material, but you can choose the highlights of that, the latest research, and I'm talking about research that's not more than 5 years old. Get the latest research and look at that and review it, and you will write up that. That's the lit review. You will write up what you've read about. You'll give me a good review of the material that you've read and studied on, in this case, performance management. Then you will conclude your paper, and you will talk about what you found and where you think that it might be needing to go. And that's all speculative, and that's probably the most fun part, because you can kind of make it up. I mean, it's anybody's guess where performance management will go to in this case. So choose a topic. It could be healthcare, it could be compensation, it could be performance, it could be unions, it could be just about anything. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking about last time I taught this class, one of the students did a paper on unions. So they can do any of that. It's an excellent APA format. You know how to do that. All of you know how to do that. You've done it in your past 9 courses. And it's going to be a formal paper. Okay? We will have a class, a meet session the last week of class, and you will present your work, either your project or your paper, and you'll take questions from the class. And that's it. It's pretty simple. The difficult thing about this course is it's only 6 weeks, and you've got a lot of work ahead of you. So I'm putting this on the bulletin board now, and I hope you watch it early, and you can send me questions, and we can talk about it, so you can get started on it. Don't waste time. Do not waste time. Don't wait until that 3rd or 4th week and think, oh, I've got to get the project or paper done. It won't work. You won't get it done. Okay? So, any questions, let me know. And I really do look forward to having you in class this 6 weeks. And you'll be surprised at how good of work you turn in at the end. Have a good day.